Hello, well, welcome. I'm Pranay Upadhyay and you're watching India Today Global. Our first story tonight would be about the biggest ever AI event being hosted by India, because New Delhi is hosting Global AI Mahakumbh. The AI Impact Summit 2026 is the largest AI event ever and a first convened by any Global South country, with representation from over 100 nations. This summit is not just about technology showcasing, but it is about changing the rules of the game and ensuring that artificial intelligence becomes more democratic, more accountable, and more aligned with people-first priorities.
The global spotlight is on India hosting the AI Impact Summit 2026. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the India AI Impact Expo at the Bharat Mandapam in New Delhi today. He visited various stalls at the venue and spoke with companies as well as startups participating in the expo. Earlier, Prime Minister Narendra Modi hailed the AI Summit for bringing the world together and showcasing the capability of India's youth and our progress in science and technology. The 5-day summit at Bharat Mandapam aims to shape how AI drives inclusive growth, governance, and human development. World leaders, global tech firms, startups, policymakers, and academia are gathering to shape a shared roadmap for the future of artificial intelligence. With over 2.5 lakh visitors, the summit positions India at the center of the global AI conversation.
For India, this is not a debate about the future of work. It is a decision about the future of growth, social stability, and cohesion. We must act and act now.
India AI Impact Expo 2026 will be held alongside this summit and serve as the national demonstration of AI in action. The expo will feature over 600 high-potential startups and 13 country pavilions, showcased along the themes of people, planet, and progress.
More than 5,000 traffic policemen have been additionally deployed for the easy movement during AI Impact Summit. That happens to be the 5-day long summit where world leaders from more than 20 nations and the participants from 45 countries and 2.5 lakh visitors are expected to be a part of this event.
Global leaders including French President Emmanuel Macron, Brazilian President Lula da Silva, Spanish President Pedro Sanchez, Sri Lankan President Anura Dissanayaka, and Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi Sheikh Khalid bin Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan are participating in the summit.
The UK and India have a very close relationship when it comes to technology. We have a fantastic base in the free trade agreement where countries both looking at two things. One, the adoption of AI to make sure we're spreading opportunity for people both across the UK and India. And secondly, as you say, the responsible adoption of AI.
Unlike earlier AI meetings in the UK, South Korea and France that focused heavily on safety and regulation, India's summit seeks to place development and the global south at the center of the AI conversation. With global technology leaders including OpenAI CEO Sam Altman to Google CEO Sundar Pichai present at the summit, startup companies will showcase their prowess in how AI can be used for security, to prevent street crimes, in sports, and even in medical procedures. As the first international AI summit of its kind being held in the Global South, the summit positions India at the center of amplifying the voices of developing nations in global AI governance. With Shivani Sharma and Ashutosh Mishra, Bureau Report, India Today.
So what exactly the artificial intelligence means for the most populous country on this planet? To discuss this issue, I am being joined by Dr. Kanish Gaur, founder of the India Future Foundation, a young tech entrepreneur. And also I am being joined by Abhishek Singh, Additional Secretary and CEO of the India AI Mission. Welcome to both of you. And my first question to you, Abhishek ji, about the India AI Impact Summit. India is hosting the world's biggest Mahakumbh of AI of 2026 in terms of the artificial intelligence. How exactly will this ensure that the global south stop being just the buyer of AI or technology and start owning the future technologies?
See, like it's puts things in perspective. Like, of course, the technology has been developed by the West and being like diffusion is happening. But what we need to do is that in order to make models more fair and unbiased, we need to ensure that they are trained on data sets that are diverse, data sets that are from the global majority, the countries, the global south. There are applications, there are models which are trained in, I mean, various cultural contexts. So it's very, very important that the global south, where the most of the users is represented in the data sets on which the models are trained. Number two, when the problem that we are solving using AI should be solving the problems of the global south, the challenges that we face, especially in democracy, that needs to be addressed. So what India is trying to do is that a technology which is actually controlled by a few companies and a few countries, we're trying to put the global south, a country like India, at the center stage. We do believe that, especially us, India has a lot of advantage when it comes to development of this technology, especially in terms of talent. And how do we ensure the other elements which are required, like especially the high cost compute? How can we ensure democratize access to compute, build access to data sets, and ensure that Indian researchers and researchers from global south also have a level playing field when it comes to competing with the best in the world.
Uh, Abhishek ji, we also have Kanish with us. Kanish, my question to you is that, how will you turn the summit into the launchpad for the massive AI adoption in the key sectors of Indian economy? How we can implement those things to make this AI more workable for the farming, healthcare, and the education sector, which are the key drivers and the key areas of concern for the Indian economy?
See, in terms of the platform which Abhishek Singh ji and the India AI team has set up for us, now is the time and the opportunity to make best use of it. With vast number of young entrepreneurs and tech available, it's the right time to have the right level of AI skilling in every workforce, whether it is human resource, finance, outsourcing, offshoring. Mind you, India is also the hub for GCCs, and you will see a lot of AI development happening in those GCCs to require workforce. And India has the youngest population in the world right now. So, how do we get our population to be trained on using AI for doing good development and make AI safe and trustable is really the key. If you go to the AI summit, you will find so many use cases. I met companies who are making robotics. I have seen companies building out use cases for AI in healthcare. I have seen companies making AI workforce efficiency more productive. So the opportunity is huge. Now, with this, what AI team is bringing is enormous amount of capital and funding by bringing in tech giants. We are seeing a large number of venture capitalists come to India, and I have never seen this erstwhile in my life so far. So many tech leaders, entrepreneurs who are coming to India for this AI summit. So kudos to Abhishek ji and his team. Just not one name. There are 20, 30, 40 plus names.
You made a very
And you
important
will
point,
only see
Kanishk,
them.
here, but I would want the response from Abhishek ji on this issue. Abhishek ji, the world keeps saying that the AI is a job killer. India is a country with 1.4 billion people and a massive young workforce. How do we flip that fear into an opportunity? There are many issues which are being, and projects being implemented by the India AI mission. But what are the fears, and how are you going to assure this young population that this AI technique is actually, can ensure the Rozgar guarantee for everyone?
See, the way technology evolves, whenever a new technology comes in, right from the time of automobiles to mobile phones to internet, well, there are some jobs that get impacted. Some jobs do become obsolete, but there are a lot of new opportunities that come in. And that's how economic development, that's how evolution takes place. So what I foresee is that, yes, there will be some routine jobs like entry-level coding jobs and debugging jobs or content writing. Those jobs will get adversely impacted. But the value that will be created by using the AI tools in doing software programming, doing writing, doing agentic AI, providing AI transformation services, enabling edge AI, building applications in robotics, ensuring physical AI, autonomous vehicles. So there will be opportunities that will be immense. So what will be required is to take advantage of these opportunities, especially for the young and those who are entering the job market. It will be essential to acquire AI skills. So one thing we need to remember, AI will not take away any jobs. People with AI skills will take away the jobs for people without AI skills. So we need to focus a lot on our curriculum upgradation, ensuring that from students of school to college to universities, and here we are not
Absolutely.
talking of only science
This is
and
actually a
engineering
very
students.
big assurance, Abhishek ji, from coming from you, coming from the government, that AI can actually ensure jobs for many, and especially for the youth of India. Thank you very much, Abhishek ji, for joining on this show, and also thank you, Kanishk, you too, for sharing your thoughts on this show.
One point before you let us go.
And moving on, let's talk about US-Iran tensions as well. Amid continued tensions between the United States and Iran, with images of aircraft carrier and battle strike group deployed by the US Central Command and the visuals of Iran's Revolutionary Guard Navy holding drills, Iran's Foreign Minister Syed Abbas Araghchi and US Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner are due to meet for the second round of talks in Geneva on Tuesday. Here is a report by Mahashweta Lala.
Ahead of the second round of talks between the US and Iran in Geneva, Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi met with the head of the UN nuclear watchdog agency, Rafael Grossi. This, in fact, is the first meeting between Araghchi and the nuclear watchdog after US-Israel launched a 15-day war on Iran. After the war, the Iran parliament approved a move to suspend Tehran's cooperation with AIEA. Iran's foreign minister, who has already arrived in Geneva for the talks, also met Omanian Foreign Minister Badr al-Busaidi, who will mediate the talks. The first round of indirect talks were held in Oman on February 6th, mediated by Omanian Foreign Minister, Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and Trump's son-in-law Jared Kushner.
Look, doing a deal with Iran is not easy. I said it yesterday, I'll repeat it again today. I mean, we have to understand that Iran ultimately is governed, and its decisions are governed by Shia clerics, radical Shia clerics, okay? These people make policy decisions on the basis of pure theology. That's how they make their decisions. So it's hard to do a deal with Iran. We've always said it's hard, but we're going to try. That's what the president is trying. I'm not going to prejudge those talks. I'm certainly not going to negotiate with Iran here in front of the press and on the stage. Our negotiators are on their way there now. They'll have meetings. We'll see what happens. We're hopeful there's a deal. The president always prefers peaceful outcomes and negotiated outcomes to things. He's a president that's shown his willingness to talk to anyone and meet with anyone. And I think if there's an opportunity here to diplomatically reach an agreement that addresses the things we're concerned about, we will be very open and welcoming to that. But I don't want to overstate it either. It's going to be hard. I mean, we're dealing, it's been very difficult for anyone to do real deals with Iran because we're dealing with radical Shia clerics who are making theological decisions, not geopolitical ones. But let's see what happens. I hope it works out. We all hope it works out.
As both sides prepare for second round of talks, images of the USS Abraham Lincoln Carrier Strike Group sailing and flying in formation were released. The US is preparing for week-long operations if Donald Trump were to launch an attack on Iran. The Department of War was sending an additional aircraft carrier to the Middle East, adding thousands more troops along with fighter aircraft, guided missile destroyers, and other firepower capable of waging attacks and defending against them. On the other hand, Iran's Revolutionary Guards Navy held a drill in the Hormuz Strait to test the readiness of the Guards' naval units to protect the waterway. Iranian media showed the naval exercises on state television, overseen by IRGC Ground Forces Commander General Mohammad Pakpour. The Strait of Hormuz is a vital international waterway and oil export route from Gulf Arab states, been appealing for diplomacy to end the dispute. Israel, which has been skeptical of the talks, says Iran should give up its enrichment capability and dismantle nuclear equipment and infrastructure.
I will not hide from you that I express my skepticism of any deal with Iran because, frankly, Iran is reliable on one thing. They lie and they cheat. But I said that if a deal is to be reached, it should have several components that we believe are important not only for the security of Israel, but for the security of the world. There shall be no enrichment capability, not stopping the enrichment process, but dismantle the equipment and the infrastructure that allows you to enrich in the first place.
Last weekend, an estimated 350,000 people marched on the streets of Toronto as part of the Global Day of Action rally. Demonstrators carried Iranian flags and called for a regime change in Iran in the wake of a deadly nationwide protests. With Mahashweta Lala, Bureau Report, India Today.
Bye.